All right,
We're gonna try this one more time.
we're gonna try to.
Welcome back to Technical Difficulty Podcast.
Well, this time it wasn't our fault.
No,
let me
it wasn't.
briefly just tell everybody what happened, and I'm trying not to let it affect me. This has only happened one other time in real pop culture history. The first time it was our fault. We had our good friend Brent Childs over here, and we did an entire podcast with him.
2-hour podcast.
We got done. We were sitting around. We were just shooting the crap. Brent was sitting over here by the computer, and the chair that I had in here at the time, I failed to warn him that if you lean back in it, it was broken. It would just keep going. And he leaned all the way back, bumped the computer. The computer fell over and rebooted, and I had not saved the podcast. So we lost the entire podcast. And unfortunately, the redo of that podcast, which we had to stay up till like 2:30 in the morning, and we all had to work the next day redoing it.
It wasn't nowhere as good as
because
the
we
first
were just so like brokenhearted, and it was the whole podcast was just going, we're in frustration. We were just very frustrated. But this time we were halfway through this episode, and the power blinked for 1 second, which is just long enough
to reboot
everything, including the computer. And it is what it is.
It is.
It's not our fault, so I'm not going to let it mess me up. But what I think we shouldn't do is try to
recreate
beat for beat recreate it, because I want it to feel natural like that one did.
Well, I don't even remember what all we talked about.
Well, luckily we were able to piece my notes back, because my notes weren't even saved.
Did you save them this time?
No. And here's another thing that pisses me off. If we were in the middle of a thunderstorm, I would be constantly clicking save. But it rained earlier, and they didn't even really rain hard. But I mean, the weather's nice. I don't know why the power blinked. So, if our Patreon supporters come into existence, I will, and we accumulate any money at all, I'll go buy us a battery backup. And some new mic stands and some new mic cables. We need those desperately.
Yes. We definitely need the mic stands.
I'm using a kick drum mic right now. Begrudgingly.
Mine is all bent up out of whack. But it's still standing up, so.
As we record this, it is Saturday, December the 14th, which means yesterday was Friday the 13th.
First one in December in a long, long, long time.
I need to look and see how many Friday the 13th there are in 2025.
I think there's only one.
Yep. Friday, June the 13th is the only one. We better get some kind of announcement on that one. As I said on the...
Yeah, we wasn't going to do that.
Yeah.
Let's just go forward, natural, fluid.
This huge lawsuit that left Friday the 13th franchise in purgatory forever has been over for quite some time now.
When was it actually resolved?
It's hard to say.
Was it last year?
At least last year, because there was an appeal, and then the appeal got denied, and then they just decided...
Well, I remember we did a big episode whenever the lawsuit was over.
I don't want to rehash all the details, because we've talked about it on here a lot, and people are probably tired of hearing it. But either way, there's supposed to be some new stuff coming, and all of us F-13 hardcore fans are really hoping for an announcement. But all they did was they released some new merch yesterday.
Did you just call y'all selves F-13ers?
Yeah, that's...
Okay, I've never heard that. That's actually pretty cool.
The people in the forums usually just say F-13 for...
That's like Jeep. People call themselves Jeeples.
First I've heard that one.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Jeep people. Jeeples.
But there's rumors of stuff in the works. Well, the one thing that's not rumored is the show. There's going to be a TV show. But, man, they could have gave us something. But come June the 13th, we better get something on.
How much backstock do you think they've got of ideas and everything that's just been waiting one way or another for this lawsuit to be over.
Evidently not enough.
Well, it takes time to put stuff out. There's no way.
Oh, yeah.
They would have ideas, but it'd almost be stupid and not very financially smart to go ahead and produce all this stuff just hoping that the lawsuit would fall their way.
Yeah, and like I said, I don't want to go into the details of the lawsuit, but depending on how the lawsuit went would determine how you would need to present the material.
Yeah.
So I think everybody just did nothing. There was a lot of nothing that happened.
Except for the fans out there, man.
The fans were very busy.
They put out some great,
not so great, and
fan-made
everything in
stuff.
between, fan-made stuff. And you'll know when they're about to get ready to put something out or make an announcement because they'll start shutting all that down.
Yeah.
Well, the studio will.
And even for the stuff that was not so great, it was still great because it was Friday the 13th content.
Well, some of the ones that were just god awful were some of my favorites because, like the one where I forget the name of it, it was Jason and some Jason Hunters and Bigfoot somehow, and
I missed that one.
it was completely ridiculous, but it was actually it figured out how to be so ridiculous it was good. Like, just completely bananas, but somehow not in a bad way.
Yeah.
Oh, there was a couple of examples of that, but one correction I wanted to make from last episode is you were talking about they're making a Voltron movie?
Yes.
And I got them mixed up with the Thundercats. I misspoke. It wasn't the Thundercats. That's something totally.
You were thinking Power Rangers?
I was thinking of Power Rangers.
Yeah.
I don't know how I got. I didn't mix up the Thundercats and Power Rangers. I just misspoke.
Yeah. And I figured that's what you were talking about.
Thundercats, that makes no sense, but yeah, I did get the Power Rangers and Voltron mixed up because they have their distinct colors too.
Well, and I want to say that Power Rangers is a throw off of Voltron, or it might be the other way around because all this originated in Japan.
Well, yeah.
So I'm not sure which one came first, but I love Voltron and I despise Power Rangers.
Because I believe the first iteration of both had English overdubs.
Ah, yeah. But what's funny? The original cartoons, all of them looked American. So, and they were all from like different islands around the world. Well, their world. It wasn't based on Earth, of course.
Going back to it being Saturday, they brought tonight was the return of Saturday night's main event. And for those of you who don't know what that is, I can't remember the years it aired. I know I was a kid when I watched it, but I think it was once a month NBC would put out a Saturday night main event, and it was WWF at the time. Now
I was going to say, you got to make sure you tell them that's wrestling.
It's wrestling. It's a wrestling show.
Yeah.
And it was like a free pay-per-view. So it was really like a special treat. Well, they brought it back, and they even brought back Jesse the Body Ventura on color commentation. He hasn't been in or involved with the WWE in 40 years. Lillian Garcia was back as a ring announcer, but according to Clint, she's actually been back for a couple of months, and I didn't know that. I haven't been watching.
Well, how did it go?
It was okay. I mean, it was good. It was riddled with commercials, like commercials every 10 seconds. It seemed like. It was cool to see, Jesse back, Jesse the Bod. I expected more surprises than we got, as far as cameos and stuff like that. But no, it was good. It was cool. I'm glad it's back, and from what I understand, it's going to be back like somewhat regularly.
And this was on regular TV,
NBC,
right?
NBC, yeah.
So
right before Saturday Night Live.
So you don't have to have Netflix or any one of the other.
Well, for where you and I live, all we need is rabbit ears.
Yeah.
The old antennas. The poor man satellite.
Throw a little bit of tinfoil on the top of it and
Just to get that extra.
get that extra
You know what sucks is back then, if you almost got a channel, it was just less quality.
Yeah.
Now it's all or nothing.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
with the digital world. When it was all analog, you could, people literally did put tinfoil, or if you had a bigger antenna, or you moved your rabbit ears a certain way, and it still kind of is the way with adjustments. But if you barely get the signal, you don't get it at all now.
Oh, yeah.
Back
Yeah,
then, if you could barely get it, you could just watch it in a much crappier quality.
Because I can remember I had a long antenna cord to my rabbit ears. So I took a nail and bent it over outside my window and just stuck it in it and run the cable all the way through to where my TV was. And I got better reception because I didn't have the house blocking it.
Oh,
The shingles and the wiring and all that.
that makes sense.
Now, it didn't work for every channel. I'd still have to reach out and kind of tweak it every once in a while. Or if the wind blew, I was screwed.
Yeah, one thing I heard a lot of people do when the whole cut the cord thing was going on is they would take their old satellite service and go up in their attic and like put their antenna into the hub of the satellite, because you would have a big splitter in your attic where the dish came in, and where the dish went in, they would replace the dish with an antenna.
But that was normally coax cable.
Yeah.
My old antenna was just the two wires.
Oh, yeah.
Like you had two screws on the back of your, and I'm talking, dude, my TV was a little black and white 12-inch. That's what I had in my room back then, and I was absolutely glad to have that little bitty TV in my room.
I was late to the game on getting a TV in my room at all. I think I was probably a junior or senior in high school.
I was a little bit younger than that because that's all I wanted for Christmas one year. And, of course, Mama found it at a yard sale or something super cheap. And
yeah, TVs were more expensive back then. Well, by the exchange rate of the day, if you know what I mean. Like, they were a higher ticket item than
it was definitely
like now. It doesn't break your budget to run out and buy a flat screen, but back then it would break.
Well,
your
back
budget.
then you didn't see many people that had more than one TV in the house.
Yeah,
You had your living room, your sitting area, and that's where your TV was. It was family time.
you know, in Back to the Future, where she's do y'all have a television? She said, "Yeah, we got two of them."
And the father was like,
He's
nobody's got two TVs.
He's like, "Oh, he's teasing you. Nobody has two television sets."
And it was color too. Yeah.
The one they were watching in that scene definitely wasn't color.
I thought they said it was the first color TV.
It
Or it might have just been the first
This is
commercial
1955.
TV. Yeah, okay.
Oh,
Oh, speaking of color TVs, there's a YouTube video out there of how each country dealt with going to Technicolor, going from the black and white to color. And I suggest everybody go out and watch it. It is really interesting. It's really good.
I've told this on here before, but I distinctly remember when I was a kid, we were, I think, on our way to Disney World. And, of course, it's so far away, we had to stop for the night on the way.
Multiple
And we
times,
pulled
yeah.
into a hotel, and on the sign, they were advertising color
TVs.
color televisions.
Yeah.
Which, I know I'm showing my age either way, but that sign was old.
Probably, but
most
still,
hotels had
that
had
was-
color TVs for a while at that point. But I do remember, you know, not recently, but more recent, a lot more recent than that one of the big selling points on the hotel signs was HBO. Like,
Yeah.
stay here, we have HBO, and they would.
HBO or Cinemax, one or the other. Yeah.
I guess that was the upgrade from stay here, we have color television, to stay here, we have HBO.
And what was cool about staying in another state's hotel with their TV,
You got their local channel.
you got their local channel. So sometimes it was a little bit different. The news, of course, was definitely different, but that was just kind of interesting back then.
I finished The Penguin finally.
How was that?
One word, amazing.
Because I have yet to watch it, but I'm going to. I just haven't done it yet.
One thing that really stood out to me about the show, of course, was the acting, and we'll get to that in a second. The stories, everything about it is amazing. But even if you like, let's say you're a nerd like us, and you love Batman and Superman, you like Gotham City, you like all the villains, the rogues, you know, you'll definitely like this and appreciate it. But even if you don't, take all that away, and you just like a good TV show. But you don't care about Batman. Let's say you don't care anything about superheroes or nothing. You will still, trust me, you will love the show.
I can't get over the fact how different Colin Farrell looks in real life.
And sounds.
Oh, see, I haven't heard his voice on here.
Well, yeah, well, if you watch the Batman, it's that Penguin. This is based in the Robert Pattinson Batman universe.
Oh, okay.
It's that Gotham City. It's that Penguin.
Well, yeah, it just...
And it follows the events of the Batman.
So it's a direct spinoff then.
Yeah, it follows the events, the fallout of everything that happened in that movie. It makes you want to go back and watch the movie.
Which was the flood, right?
Yeah, it's been long enough. We don't have to call spoiler, but at the end of the movie, he blew up the walls,
one of the levees
dams,
or
levees,
something. Yeah,
and there's a lot of that aftermath involved in this. But I didn't watch The Sopranos, not because I don't like that kind of stuff. I just never got around to it.
Well, that was like an HBO exclusive way back.
It's like Sons of Anarchy. I never watched Sons of Anarchy, and I know everybody says I should, and everybody will yell, you should. You should
watch at least the first couple seasons. I will tell you that.
I do feel like maybe the ship has sailed, like it's been too long. I just never jumped on that train. But anyway, I've heard a lot of people compare it to The Sopranos as far as like the mobster, gangster, underground, organized crime.
Yeah.
It's like that, but in Gotham City. So.
Oh, and I just noticed that Mark Strong is playing Carmine.
And
he is a really good actor.
Clancy Brown.
Clancy Brown's my boy, man.
But what I heard, and I'm pretty sure this is official, Colin Farrell and Kristen Milioti have both been nominated for, what's it called, Golden Globes?
There's so many awards out there, man. I couldn't even... I doubt it'd be a Tony.
I'm so disconnected from those award shows. Like, I used to get the Oscars and the Emmys mixed up.
I still do.
One of them's music, though. Or Grammys is music.
Grammys is music. Teen Choice Awards is Nickelodeon.
Yeah, I knew that one.
Oscars is movies. And Tony's is TV and Broadway, I think.
I don't know.
Dude, you're going to have to look it up because I probably just got all of them wrong except for the Teen Choice. Golden Globe.
Golden Globe for Best Performance, Best Miniseries, Independent Spirit for Best Lead.
That's miniseries or television series.
Critics' Choice Television for Best Actor.
Wow.
Best Actress. Best Limit. What does that say?
Limited series.
Critics' Choice Award for Best Supporting Actress in a Movie / Miniseries.
So that's everything the Penguin has been nominated for.
That's 8 different awards. They're up
wow.
For. And hey, I'm not surprised. That Kristen Milioti as Sophia Falcone, man, she kills. You're familiar with Sophia Falcone if you read the comics, but she's not like a heavy hitter, a major player.
But in the animated series, and I think, unfortunately, we discussed this earlier, but it was
The Long
Halloween. She had a big role in that.
Pretty big role, yeah. I mean, she's definitely in the Batman universe. This isn't a character they introduced for the show.
Yeah.
But she's never been in like a lead type.
Now, you're huge in the Batman world. So how does regular Batman and the Batman how do they differ? Is one just like a super young, the Batman? Is he just like the super young edition, and it's going to mold into the Batman we have today, or are they different universes? Or do you even know?
They don't. That's like saying the difference between the Superman and the Man of Steel. It's just a different way of saying the same thing, kind of.
Yeah. Okay. Because we noticed in the movie, of course, he was like really, really young. He was just becoming Batman almost.
Well, the most famous iteration of Batman's origin, hands down, nobody really argues this, is Batman Year One. They did a comic book series, then they did an animated film.
They did an animated film, which was good.
The writer of this movie of the Batman, said would be basically like Batman Year Two. This isn't right when Batman first started, but really, really early in his career, which is kind of like
almost not really an origin story,
almost like the opposite of the Ben Affleck version of Batman, who had been Batman for the
old man.
He even made a reference like, I've been in Gotham 20 years now. This Batman hasn't. The Robert Pattinson Batman is still green, very green.
Okay, so this is almost I hate to say prequel version, but it's a before mainstream Batman.
Yeah, they didn't want to do another Batman origin because
I'm glad they didn't.
How many of those do we need, really? But this is like still not far after that.
Yeah.
You have seen the movie, right?
Yeah, we went and watched it in the theaters.
Yeah.
Remember, and I fell asleep during the movie because I was still on nights then.
Oh, okay. Well, when you watch the Penguin, you're gonna want to go back and watch the Batman.
And I want to say me and you sitting here one night when we was bored and was like, you know what? Let's just watch the Batman. And we was like, done.
I think that's when I re-bought it because the Steelbook edition came out on DVD, and I wanted the Steelbook for just display purposes.
That's possible.
And I bought it, and and it came with a ton of extras that I hadn't seen. So, yeah, we watched it again.
So, yeah, I've seen it 2 or 3 times, and I actually watched it at the house one time. But I didn't know how it correlated with animated series, which all of them are always different, with like Christian Bale Batman and George Clooney Batman.
Yeah, you can't really connect you can't connect Adam West to Michael Keaton. Those are completely.
And see, that's what confuses
me. It's a completely different iteration of the same character. Just like you can't connect.
So that's almost a multiverse thing, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a different iteration. It's a different take on the same character, and the same different take on the same universe. Like when Christopher Nolan took on Batman, he wanted to make Batman look more realistic. Like his take on it was, what if Batman really happened in the real world? What would that look like? And if you watch the Christopher Nolan era movies,
which you got to tell everybody who that Batman is, because
Christian Bale.
Yes.
The Batman Begins, the Dark Knight Returns. No, the one with Heath Ledger. What was that called?
That was The Dark Knight.
Yeah, The Dark Knight and then The Dark Knight Rises. I get confused because 2 of them in a row are like almost the same title.
Yeah.
But yeah, that era is completely different, even though it's the same character. And then you got,
well, every
Ben
villain's different,
Affleck
but the same
and Adam
too.
West and Michael Keaton and Christian Bale. All those are just completely different things.
Iterations, but the same character. I got you. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes things a little bit more simpler.
It's not like the Star Wars universe where you're telling different aspects of the same story.
Yeah.
You got people coming in with doing a whole different take on it.
I got you.
And that's the way the Robert Pattinson Batman is. That's why you can have
multiple iterations of Batman.
Well, look at it this way. Let's say the Joker shows up, which he kind of did in a cut scene of Robert Pattinson's world.
Well, he showed up in not a cut scene. It was actually in the regular.
It was a cut scene.
Was that not him in the jail cell?
They cut that out.
We seen that at the theater.
Did they do it as a deleted scene No,
it was actually in the movie.
No, you're thinking about
where he almost gives it away who he is.
You're thinking about when he went to see the Riddler in the same way.
Yeah, but he was talking, the guy right beside him in the cell. I might be thinking about that deleted scene.
I think they
Because it
might
was
have
an
hinted
extended
to
scene.
it, but there is a scene they filmed that they cut of the Joker.
I might be thinking about that.
But none of that's part of my point.
I'm sorry.
That's okay, but I just didn't want to lose my train of thought, which I easily do. The point is, let's just say the Joker shows up into the Robert Pattinson Batman world. It's not going to be the Joker that Joaquin Phoenix played.
Yeah.
You know, that's a different universe too. But it's still Joker. It's still Gotham. But that's a totally different thing because there's no reference to Batman or anything like that at all. I haven't seen part 2 yet, but I'm assuming there's no reference to a Batman of any kind.
I've heard a lot of things about it, and I'm not going to discuss it on here because I don't want to sway anybody's opinion.
I've heard bad things about it, but I haven't seen it, so yeah, I'm not going to say anything either until I see it. Part 1 was amazing. Brilliant.
Part 1 was good.
I finally watched The Skeleton Crew.
That's on my list to watch.
As of this recording, there's only 3 episodes out, but I really enjoyed it. I told Clint that I was gonna watch it, and he said he told me it starts off slow, and it kind of does. But I think it's not any slower than it needs to be. It needed. I mean, these are all new characters that, to my knowledge, we've never seen or heard of before, and so you need to get acquainted with them. You need to get familiar with them. You need to,
But this is also aimed more for the younger generation, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's not a kid's show either.
Well, no, I didn't say it was a kid's show. It's just
Yeah.
aimed more toward them, and which
Yeah,
that
it's
doesn't
not like
bother me.
it's not like the Star Wars animated series, which to me was a kid's show. I mean, a lot of adults enjoyed it.
Which one?
There was the Clone Wars.
Oh yeah.
I mean, this has. It's like saying the Goonies was a kid's show. I mean, it was based on and around kids.
Well, it was a kid's show until we got older, and then realized some of the stuff that was in it that we didn't realize when we were kids.
That's part of it too.
Yeah. But this is live action, isn't it?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
100%. But yeah, it was a little slow, but by the end of the first episode, I'm not going to give any spoilers away. Don't worry, and I don't even know any spoilers. I've only seen 3 episodes, but by the end of episode 1, you start to get a feel for the direction the show's going in, and it's a pretty neat concept and idea, and kind of different, but still staying in the same universe. Now I'm here for it. I'm ready for the next episode to come out.
All I've seen so far is just the trailers, and
I didn't even see a trailer.
They seem good. It's the same trailer over and over. It's only one trailer that I've seen. And like I said, I mean, it seems good. It looks very entertaining.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the next episode, and I want to talk more about about Disney Plus for a second, because while I was on there, do I have it? Yeah, I do have it pulled up, and you can pull up if you want to
Did it pull back up?
Yeah, I could click restore on my Google Chrome.
Oh, okay, I see it right there. Okay.
If you want to look at the same thing we're looking at, you can go to your Disney Plus. So I'm going to talk about the menus and how they have. Drink.
I opened mine and didn't even put it in the mic because you were talking.
If you go to Disney Plus and you look at the way the menus are, of course you got like Star Wars and Marvel, Disney, Pixar. But like, let's say for example, I clicked on Marvel, and I never really just looked through the menus before. But like, let's say your favorite, excuse me, your favorite character is Wolverine. Well, under character collections, they have the entire Wolverine collection. Same with Deadpool, Loki, so on and so forth.
Yeah, I like the way they categorize
If you just only
everything.
care about Spider-Man, you click on Spider-Man, and there's all the Spider-Man stuff. Well, except for the stuff that Sony owns, I guess, Into the Spider-Verse stuff.
which to me is some of my favorite.
I
Dude,
love
I
that
love
movie.
Into the Spider-Verse.
Speaking of which, I watched Venom 3, and we'll get to that in a minute. Here's another thing that's cool. Like, if you wanted, like, there's a whole menu called the MCU Infinity Saga. So you could start and go through the whole Infinity Stones thing with every tie-in in order, including like the little shorts, like the one-shots, the TV shows, the movies, everything chronologically that follows the storyline of the Infinity Stones.
That's really cool. I didn't realize that.
Or if you just want to go, like here it says MC movie timeline. Let's say you've never seen an MCU movie, like none of the Iron Man, Avengers, none of that.
And
Well, if you want to go in chronological order, now this is not the order of when they were released necessarily.
it's what makes
The
most
order
sense
of
in the story.
the order of the timeline. And I'm going to go ahead and break this one down because it's not too long. If you want to watch all the Avenger-related Marvel movies in order, it would be Captain America, the first Avenger,
Good movie.
which didn't come out first. But
Iron Man came out first.
but it was based in like World War II era.
yeah.
So obviously it came first. Well then, and I didn't know this, Captain Marvel would actually come after that.
Good movie.
And then the first Iron Man, which I think was the first one.
I think that was the first
that,
technical Marvel movie.
yeah, not in the MCU timeline, but in our actual time. Then Iron Man 2, which
Really good movie.
this is why Marvel kicked DC's ass on one thing. If you compare Avengers to Justice League always wins except for in the movies
Wow.
because they did it wrong.
Yeah, they waited too
They
long.
saw that DC saw how well the Avengers did and said, "Let's do that now." Well, the reason that they did it so well is they had an Iron Man 2 way before they even had Avengers.
Avengers,
They
yeah.
did a Justice League before there was even a Ben Affleck solo Batman movie. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Or we finally got a solo Wonder Woman movie, but not until after.
And it took them forever to get a Flash movie. And in my honest opinion, they chose the wrong Flash. They should have stuck with Gus.
After Iron Man 2, you have the Incredible Hulk.
Oh, that's Edward Norton.
Yeah, that's not even the Mark Ruffalo. But they're still
So-
counting that as canon in this timeline.
Incredible Hulk came before Iron Man.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
Way before.
not in the movie timeline, but
We're talking about our timeline.
Release date time-wise, yes.
Yeah.
Way
So
before.
we said Iron Man started it off, and I was wrong. It was the Incredible
You're
Hulk.
right. So
that
this
did.
would have been first, then
This
Iron
would have
Man
been first, yeah.
in real-time release date was.
Yeah. I wish we had the actual dates pulled up we could reference, but
Well, we could click on each one and say...
nah, we're wanting to make this quick.
Well, let me click on this one and just see. 2008.
2008.
That's when the Incredible Hulk came out.
Man, I love Edward Norton. He is such
And
a
just to give you an
great
idea,
actor.
Iron Man came out in
2008. Oh wow,
Well, I'm not.
I didn't realize that.
I'm not fixing to break it down to month.
Nah.
We don't have that kind of time. After Iron Man 2, up next after Incredible Hulk, Thor, the first Thor movie. Then we get the Avengers, and then right after that, Thor: Dark World, which is Thor 2. Iron Man 3. So we got a third Iron Man before there was ever even a second Avengers. Again, Marvel, you win on this. Like, you did it right. You didn't rush to it.
Well,
Like,
we still haven't got the second Avengers yet, and we still got a while to go.
That's what I'm saying. Because then, next, you got Guardians of the Galaxy.
Well, you didn't mention Captain America first.
Oh, did I
Winter
skip that?
Soldier. Yeah.
Iron Man 3, Captain America Winter Soldier, which is Captain America 2, Guardians of the Galaxy.
Which leave it to them to take a little no-named comic and turn it into blockbuster.
Yeah, I'd never heard of Guardians of the
I hadn't
Galaxy
either.
prior to the movie. Then you have Guardians of the Galaxy 2 in the timeline, and then Avengers 2, which is Age of Ultron. So now we got our second Avengers movie mixed in with all these other awesome movies. Then you got Ant-Man. Then you have Captain America Civil War, which is Captain America
Part 3.
Black Widow, which again, these aren't release date, these are timeline wise.
Which is weird because she's been in the Avengers since.
But this was her origin story.
Her origin story.
So it would make sense that. Well, it does both. It goes back and forward.
Yeah.
So. Then Black Panther. Then you got Spider-Man Homecoming. Then you got Doctor Strange. Then Thor Ragnarok.
I think that was a really underrated movie right
And around
there.
in here, I love Thor Ragnarok. Around in here, we start to catch up a little bit with timeline versus release date, to where they kind of get to the same point. Not exactly. But you got Ant-Man and the Wasp, which is Ant-Man 2. Avengers Infinity War. So we're now on Avengers 3. Then Avengers Endgame.
Which would be 4.
Then the events,
Now, this one I've never seen. Shang-Chi.
was that a movie or a show though?
I don't know. It's a Marvel production.
No,
though.
okay. MCU movie timeline.
So it's got to be a movie.
So, okay. Timeline wise, you do Infinity War, then you do Endgame right after. Then
Which was a smart
Shang-Chi
move.
follows the events right after Endgame. Then Spider-Man Far From Home. Then The Eternals.
Which Eternals is good.
Then Doctor Strange, The Multiverse of Madness. Then Wakanda Forever.
And that's part 2,
Black
right?
Panther 2.
Yeah.
Then Thor, Love and Thunder, which was Thor 3.
3.
Ant-Man Quantumania, which would be Ant-Man 3.
3.
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Then The Marvels. And then Deadpool and Wolverine.
I'm surprised they got Deadpool and Wolverine in that timeline.
If you watch the movie, though, you kind of...
Yeah, it's sort of, yeah. But, I don't know, Deadpool and Wolverine, to me, was probably the best one since part 1 of Deadpool 1.
But either way, what I'm getting at is I applaud them for the way they have the different
Categories.
You got the MCU saga, the Infinity Saga, the Multiverse Saga, the movie timeline, if you just want to watch them in that order.
Oh, and then origin stories. Wow.
Then you got Marvel animation. Then you got stuff like the documentaries, which that Stan Lee documentary is amazing, by the way.
I think we watched it.
Then you have the MCU complete timeline. If you've got a long time and you just want to watch everything, shows, movies, all of it in the timeline, which also begins at Captain America, then Agent Carter, then Captain Marvel, then Iron Man, and so on and so on and so on. They have that timeline. So it just kind of like, no matter what you want, they got it there for you, like just laid out in a what I think is a cool way.
That is pretty cool.
Because you see a lot of the same movies in these playlists.
You know what?
But they're in different orders depending on how you want to watch them.
You know what wasn't listed in any of that?
What?
Which I see it right there now on featured. What was Hawkeye?
Well, because we were naming the movies, that's a show.
I know, but I was surprised that it wasn't listed. That he doesn't have a standalone movie.
Oh, well, they just went with the show instead of a movie for him.
Which it was a good show.
Yeah, I thought so. I guess one thing that surprised me, it surprised me to see it, but once I thought about it, it didn't surprise me, is the Incredible Hulk
Yeah.
being recognized as canon into that saga.
As far back as it was, too. Mm-hmm. That's kind of... See, that makes me want to do a weekend binge and just watch that entire timeline like that.
It might take more than a weekend.
It might.
So going back to a related topic, I did watch Venom 3, and I liked it.
Let's take a real quick break before you get into Venom 3.
You have to go to the restroom. It's okay, I do too. We're both old.
Okay.
We'll be right back. And I'm going to save these files.
All right, let's hear this Venom now.
Well, now that we're back from the break, real quick, I just wanted to comment that I think we did the right approach on redoing the part of the podcast we lost by not trying to recreate it. I mean, we tried to keep the same talking points,
Yes.
but I think if I had to pick, and I can't prove it because that one, there's no way to ever listen to that.
Oh, I can't. It's in my head.
I like this one better.
I do too.
I think we upgraded. Maybe it's a good thing.
Maybe.
Maybe we turned our lemons into
Lemonade?
tequila shots with lemon, but yeah.
I'd go with the lemonade.
Yeah, me too. I don't drink tequila. I just trying to be funny. So yeah, I think
I think tequila would turn this podcast into a completely different direction.
it would definitely change the rating. We wouldn't be PG-13 adjacent anymore.
At least not 2000's version of PG-13.
That's another thing that I had to do on Disney Plus is go into my settings and change my parental settings so that I could see Deadpool on there.
That's funny. It has to be a default.
I think
thing.
default is TV 14, and I had to change mine to whatever it's called.
Which
mature.
before,
Because I don't know what else Disney Plus would have out there that's
that's what I was going to say.
R-rated besides that.
Before Deadpool, I don't think it had any other ratings. I mean, I know you had like a G rating.
It's not like Snow White shows up with her boobies out or something.
Oh God, let's at least not hope not.
So anyway, going back to Venom, yes, it was good. Venom 3. I actually forgot it or didn't know it was already out, and
I didn't know it was out.
I can't say much about it obviously, but it was good. And if you liked the first two Venom movies, you will like this one. And I think, and this isn't a spoiler because I don't know this based on the movie at all. I think I remember hearing or seeing somewhere that the rights to Venom are about to go back to Marvel. Because Marvel and Sony did that thing to where
They split, they merged and split, and
yeah, like they had to get together to have the rights for the Tom Holland Spider-Man, and that's
Yeah.
how you have the Into the Spider-Verse stuff, which I hope we'll still get more of that. Because there's two of them, right? I hope there'll somehow be a part 3, even though
oh yeah, there is a part 2 to Into the Spider-Verse. I
yeah,
forgot
I
about.
don't know how all that legal stuff works, but I think the Venom stuff is fixing to go back to Marvel.
Okay, biggest question on Venom 3, and you have to say this: Tom Hardy, is he still in it?
Well, I mean, you can watch the trailer and see that he's in it.
I didn't even know. I didn't know they was doing a part 3.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it follows that same Venom 1, 2, and 3 are part of a same unit. It's the same.
I like
story.
him. He's a great actor.
Yeah, they didn't recast him, and again, that's not a spoiler because you can watch the trailer, or if you look at the cover of if you click on it, you already know that.
Well, I know just going by the animated Venoms, because that's really all I know about Venom. I wasn't really big into Spider-Man except for the cartoons and whatnot, the movies. I know they did replace him in one of the animated series.
Oh, okay.
I don't know the time.
You're not getting him confused with Carnage, are you? Because Carnage looks a lot like Venom.
No, but he's
red.
It was a Venom, yeah.
Okay.
No, Carnage was supposed to be played by
Woody Harrelson?
No, was it Woody Harrelson? I was thinking it was the guy that was on Wings, which, unless y'all are our age, you won't know what the TV show Wings was.
We're supposed to be getting a Superman trailer like very soon. Within days from now.
December 16th through the 20th is when it should air. I do remember that.
So depending on how long it takes me to put this out, you may see a Superman trailer the same day you listen to Real Pop Culture episode 210.
Or a day or so after, maybe.
Or depending on how far into the future you listen to this, you may have already seen the whole Superman movie and then listen to this. Who knows? I want to like go into the conspiracy world just a hair, just like dip our toe in it. Like I have like a couple things that tie together here that relate to that.
Are you caught up on this?
I've been catching up on the Y-Files, and I think I'm either caught up or really, really close.
I'm not caught up. I'm too behind.
I haven't been listening to them in order, but like I used to. But I've listened to enough of them to where I'm almost caught up.
Are you doing the YouTube version?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, because I normally I do the YouTube and the podcast, which I know you do too.
I used to.
But I'm like at least 2 behind right now.
Well, see, I've gotten to where I've started watching YouTube on my TV.
Yeah.
So that kind of converted me back from the podcast to used to I would just come out here to watch YouTube on the computer. But now I watch YouTube all the time on my TV in my house. So
you can get all comfy inside instead
damn
of being
right.
comfy out here.
yeah. Instead of freezing my ass off in the studio.
Well, I used to go to sleep I'd throw on one of the Y-Files older episodes and let him lull me to sleep like that. The problem is I don't go to sleep.
Yeah.
I sit there and listen, and then I'll eventually turn over, put my glasses back on, and finish watching the episode.
Yeah.
Try to quit doing that.
It's funny, sometimes I'll be watching the Y-Files and I'll think Alicia's asleep and Hecklefish will say something crazy and she'll just bust out laughing. And I'm like, first of all, I thought you were asleep. Secondly, I can't believe you thought that was funny. Because she doesn't like silly humor.
Hecklefish is pretty funny sometimes.
He is pretty funny sometimes.
Hecklefish for president.
Oh, thank you for the Y-Files stickers, by the way.
You're welcome.
I got them on the refrigerator.
I got to share my love for Y-Files, man.
So we're talking about Y-Files, and we're kind of in this world already. Tell me about all these drone sightings all over the place. Like,
okay,
I don't know nothing about it, but I have seen like every YouTube video that popped up in the past few days talks about these massive drone sightings.
More drone sightings force a local airport to shut down, the mounting frustration over the mystery in the sky. Good evening, I'm Jessica Moore. The number of drone sightings across the tri-state area has been growing over the last 2 weeks, with more than 3,000 reports in New Jersey alone. And with no indication the sightings are coming to an end, local and state officials are becoming increasingly impatient for answers. As Alicia Reed explains, they also want authorities to destroy any drones that may be considered a threat.
It's smooth sailing at New York Stewart International Airport Saturday night, unlike the nearly hour-long delay the evening prior after a drone in the airspace stopped all flights.
It's always a nuisance.
Drones have been spotted throughout the tri-state since mid-November. The FBI says they've received about 5,000 leads since then. Reed, CBS News, New York.
Stay with CBS News New York as the drone mystery continues to unfold. You can see all of our reporting on the recent sightings over on our website, cbsnewyork.com.
Tonight at 11, the drone mystery making its way now to New England. Good evening, I'm Darren Mettello. So you may have seen some of the videos online. For weeks, people in New Jersey, Virginia, Maryland, and now California say they've spotted large drones or other unidentified flying objects in the sky. Similar sightings are now being reported from the Cape to the Granite State. And now tonight, it's still unclear who or what these drones are. Our Mary Marcos is in Boston with new developments.
It's funny that you mentioned this because I also took notes on these drone sightings.
So not only do I want to report it, I need to be educated on it because I have no idea. I didn't watch any of the videos or read any of the headlines, but it is definitely in the headlines right now.
I have not. I don't have an inside source or anything like this, but I have been hearing on YouTube news, if you want to call it that.
Look, like I just, for example, sorry to interrupt. I just pulled up YouTube.
Shut down the airport.
Drone sightings force New York airport to shut down temporarily.
Yes.
There was it's everywhere. Like all you hear about is all these drones. So what's happening?
It's okay. It's been predominant in 2 cities, New York and Philadelphia. But it's not necessarily the number of drones. It's the size of them. And they're like really big drones. The government has been saying, no, it's passenger planes. That's how big these drones are.
Well, then why are they calling them drones? How do they know?
There's no FAA registrations for the flight paths they are on, from what I was reading out of this article. And it's happening way too much. Their movements are way too non-consistent with passenger planes. And it's not just these two cities. It's almost nationwide. Shit. So that's pretty crazy. And that was from the New York Times article I was reading.
So what's the school of thought on what officials think? Like, what are people saying they are? I mean,
Officials
obviously,
are
I'm sure
saying-
there's people yelling aliens. I'm sure there's people that are yelling
yeah.
invasion from another country or from this or that. But, like, what's the...
There's a couple things that, and I just started reading into it.
What's the
tonight,
news reporting that these are?
that the government's saying that it's passenger planes or helicopters. That's what they're reporting. It's funny because...
But the school of thought from the eyewitnesses and
is nobody knows.
is that there's too many of them and it doesn't follow
and it's too
flight
big.
paths.
Flight paths aren't... I cannot say that.
The
for
flight
some
paths
reason.
aren't consistent to FAA.
Yeah, regulations of what's being logged, and their movement's way too erratic to be definitely a passenger plane.
And it's just an influx
Yes.
of these sightings.
Yes.
Okay.
Which is weird. But also, there was a bunch of...
What was that?
My beer just fell over. It was unopened. I'll get it in a second. There was a couple German drones shot down over American base in Germany. And this is also, 11 days after the supposed alien invasion we were supposed to had on December 3rd.
See, I didn't hear anything about that.
Well, Clint was telling me about it, and then I seen a
That's
lot
what I
of
was going to
stuff.
say. But Clint put in our group that
yeah.
there's supposed to be an alien and the war
Alien War, yeah.
between the aliens and
And I seen after he said that, I seen a bunch of I'm not going to say reputable by no means, but a bunch of articles about that.
nothing's reputable anymore,
And then right after that,
especially this podcast.
oh God, no. But then right after that, I seen where the government has so much money allotted to space weaponry and space defense right now that they're actually creating or have created, and they're fixing to institute a budget for defense of our space. Now, they're trying to play it off as it's Russian and Chinese invasion that might come from above, like way above. But nobody knows. And that's just kind of weird how they would mention that within a week after the supposed alien human war. And now all these drones are appearing.
Are they going to call this Attack of the Drones or the Drone Wars?
I don't know, but that's a good question.
I think everybody appreciates my bringing it back around to Star Wars. So, in related news, I now have a drone.
You are now part of the problem, sir.
Well, I have not taken it on its maiden voyage yet. And it's a Temu drone, but it still counts. That's what you've got. And I guess Alicia heard me saying that, talking about how I wanted a drone to... I need a Temu drone to learn with. I need to crash it a few times before I get a good one that actually, costs a substantial amount of money.
Well, I think she heard that night I brought mine over here and heard how
and
much
you were trying
fun
to
we
fly
were playing.
inside the studio here and kept crashing into my face.
I did a lot better outside.
I'm glad I don't
made
have long hair anymore.
I'm surprised it didn't caught up in your beard.
Yeah, exactly.
But I did make one complete loop around
Imagine
your
you
house.
did better with it outside than you did in this small room.
I was still
Imagine
learning.
that.
It's a Temu drone to learn on.
A 30 by 30 room is not where you learn to fly a drone. that much I can be confident in saying.
Especially not a cheap Temu drone.
Yeah. I haven't. I've charged up some of the batteries. It came with a few batteries, and let's take it out tomorrow.
Okay.
But it's not the kind that you hook to your cell phone. It's just got its own independent remote.
Well, mine's got its own independent remote, but I can hook mine up to my phone so I can watch the camera, and I can also control it with my phone if I wanted to.
Oh.
It's not easy at all controlling with your phone. But I did upgrade my drone. I think I spent $20 extra on the second one I bought.
You're gonna go up incrementally $20.
Yeah,
till
probably,
You get to the $1,500 drone.
No, there's no way I'll get that high. But yeah, I mean they're fun, especially just out here us goofing off like we always.
I just
do.
want to take aerial pictures of my property,
Well,
just for our videos, just for the heck of it.
yeah, those are not the ones to do that with.
Oh no,
But it's going to be good to learn with.
But yeah, this is going to be a learning experience
I want to get
and a
one-
braking experience.
Yeah, I want to get one good enough. I think they're called Parrots, where it's got a GPS locator. It locates to your GPS on your phone, and it follows you around wherever you go. So me and my sister and brother-in-law want to get some and follow us when we're doing trail rides and stuff on our four-wheelers.
Oh yeah, if you get the one with the GPS, you can tell it to follow you.
Yeah,
and it will.
follow us around while we're riding. So that'd be kind of fun. But I think we're ways away from that.
Yeah. So, kind of going in line with this topic a little bit. So I remember when I was in high school. I'm going to say about the 10th or 11th grade. So this has been 93-ish. This one particular guy, I say there was multiple people, I think, but this one guy in particular that was really good at predicting earthquakes.
You talking about the earthquake in Mississippi?
Yeah.
I remember that being in like 7th grade.
But this guy had just predicted a major earthquake that happened in Mexico, and he was only off by like a day or two. And he had predicted there's going to be a major one on the New Madrid fault. Is that what ours is called? The one that's close to us?
I don't remember.
I think it's called New Madrid or New Madrid. I think it's New Madrid. But it basically goes straight through the middle of the United States, but then it comes really close to where we live.
You know, Mississippi has got a fault that goes straight down the center of it.
This one, like, I know my aunt and uncle used to live in, what was the name of that? It was in Arkansas. But they would get little tremors all the time. They lived really close to it, the fault. Either way, I remember them saying there was going to be a catastrophic earthquake. Like, back then, people were even having earthquake parties and stuff.
We had earthquake drills when I was in 7th grade in Houston, 8th grade in Houston.
Sort of like how people have hurricane parties and, like, a bunch of people died from one of them one time. Which is not a good idea.
You know, that would have been us and Katrina if we'd have moved to Florida like we had planned to.
We
or
did
the
talk
coast.
about moving to the coast.
Yeah. And then Katrina hit and...
So anyway, the earthquake never, this huge catastrophic earthquake never happened, thank goodness.
Thankfully, yeah.
But now I'm all of a sudden seeing a lot in the news and popping up on videos and a lot on social media about this.
The rise in earthquakes again?
Yeah, evidently, I guess they're thinking that it's come back around to time for some reason. The seismologists think we're about to have a big one.
Well, I know they say we're overdue for, is it Yellowstone? The big national park, and like in the center of the U.S. I think it's
in the
Yellowstone.
late 70s, Mount St. Helens blew.
Yeah, and it was supposed to be
And
dormant.
it was huge.
Yeah.
Like I remember, I don't think I was born yet when it happened. Let me look that up.
I think it happened in like 70 or 72.
Oh, it was that far back. But
Yeah.
people were still talking about it when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember looking up 1980.
Oh, it was 80. Oh, I was way off.
So I was 4 years old, and when I was old enough to remember stuff, not at 4,
I was
but
3.
years later, I remember people were still talking about it. And I've looked at the before and after pictures of Mount St. Helens. It's crazy how that
Yeah.
landscape has completely changed.
Still to this day. And I think it erupted 170 some years before that. Was the last time it had erupted? It was like in 1800s, early 1800s.
I have no idea, but like, you would think that if we did have a massive earthquake, it would probably agitate things like that if it's close by. You know what I mean?
Well, like
it
I
would be
said-
like a. Well, they say that the last big earthquake we had, which was like, I don't even want to try to remember what year they said.
The one that
But
changed the flow of the river.
The Mississippi River flowed backwards for 24 hours.
Yeah.
What year was that?
Oh, I have no idea. I was 8 to 10 years off on Mount St. Helens, so
See, I didn't even get close to finish typing that, and it said the day the Mississippi River ran backwards. February
1812.
7th, 1812, due to the series of earthquakes that shook the Midwest and eastern United States.
Which that's not too.
It was estimated between an 8.2 and an 8.8 on the Richter scale.
So it makes it the largest earthquake
One
in
of
America's
the-
history.
One of the. So imagine the population density in 1812 versus 2024, 25.
Wow, you're talking
What kind of devastation?
millions more. But that's right around the same time. I want to say that Mount St. Helens erupted before the one in the 1980s.
Other effects created Reelfoot
Oh.
Lake in Tennessee, drowned entire Indian villages, created 2 temporary waterfalls in the Mississippi, caused great fissures to open in the landscapes, caused trees to sway and snap, of course.
They were
Caused
probably pine
steep
trees.
bluffs and black rocks to shoot into the air.
The New Madrid, scroll back up. That's New Madrid, Missouri.
Oh yeah,
So that's the actual earthquake that caused the Mississippi to run backwards.
Yeah, that Madrid fault line is very, very long. It's,
But Mississippi has its own fault line. And I remember like in 7th grade, there was a prediction that it was going
let me just
to...
pull up a map of the New Madrid, because fault lines are like rivers. It's not like just one.
Yeah, they're not straight.
Yeah, and it's not a fixed thing.
But I've got an answer for all your...
New Madrid seismic zone.
I've got an answer for all your earthquake things.
Damn,
Wow.
that the red zone
That'd take us out, dude.
completely covers us.
It's HARP.
What?
It's HARP. It's the reason we're having so many earthquakes. You want to talk conspiracy? It's HARP. It's the government.
Oh yeah, I've
Yeah.
never heard about a harp.
Well, if you've listened to Wild Files enough, you should know what HARP is. DARPA made it.
I just want to see an image of the fault line itself. I guess that's kind of it, but that is kind of straight.
That is it. And
Well, see,
it flows right down the Mississippi River.
Just about, yeah. I mean, we're talking about from up into what's above
Illinois?
Yeah, all the way down to the bottom of Arkansas. That's well, okay, 200.8 miles. Hang on, let me answer this. So anyway, I just been seeing a lot about that lately, and same way with the drones. I don't know anything at all about anything. I just been seeing stuff about stuff and thought I'd mention it.
Well, I wonder if the earthquakes are just a natural, kind of like the weather. It's like a natural Earth cycle.
Well, I do know that it's the tectonic plates shifting.
Yeah.
So I mean, it is kind of a natural disaster / occurrence.
But HARP really is a thing in the conspiracy world.
I'll have to watch that one. I've never heard of that.
Yeah, it's high altitude resonance something, but it's a lot of people claim that it's what causes hurricanes, dissipates hurricanes, and causes earthquakes. It's DARPA, so I mean you never know when it comes to
The other thing
DARPA.
is earthquakes happened millions of years before any of that existed.
Yeah, but naturally, this is forced.
One of our mics isn't working.
It's got to be yours.
Check.
All right, there you go. You're back.
Am I back? I don't
Yeah.
know how much of me you missed. Probably from the start of that.
No, it was very, very short.
I'm glad I've been keeping an eye on it. We got to get a new mic cable in here.
Yeah.
Dexter, First Blood that we mentioned last episode.
Yeah.
It's out now.
Damn, that's quick.
And I accidentally watched a little bit of it. And the reason I say accidentally is because I clicked on it to see, like, okay, are they just released episode 1 or have they released the whole season?
Yeah.
How does that work?
So what did they do?
And so when I clicked it, instead of showing me the episodes, it just started playing it. And
you didn't finish it right then?
no, I stopped it because me and Alicia are going to watch it together.
Oh, okay.
They just released one on Showtime, which we don't have Showtime, but we have Showtime because we have something else that has Showtime. That goes back full circle to the whole app
The
debacle.
whole app thing, yeah.
I don't know anything about it other than what I know about it, and that's
Basically what we talked about.
what we
last
talked about. Like,
episode.
it's a prequel to,
Yeah.
and it takes place X amount of years before. Like, I think it was like when he's in college, basically.
I want to say it was like 10 to 15 years
Like 10 years prior to the events of the show Dexter.
or 10 to 15
So it's not like a
years,
prequel
yeah.
as in he's starting from a baby. It's like, and he's not even a little kid. He's I don't know what.
Young adult.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Real quick, I watched a Star Wars documentary today that was really good. Let me pull up the name of it. Just when I thought I knew everything and seen every documentary you could possibly see about Star Wars, they had a lot of inside stuff on it that I didn't know prior to watching this. It was really informative, and they had a lot of footage I'd never seen before, behind the scenes stuff, like actor auditions and
Oh, really?
all kind of stuff with George Lucas. And
Well, I know they had a documentary in the late 80s or early 90s about him,
yeah, there's
but it
hundreds of-
wasn't a Star Wars, I guess, documentary.
Oh, here it is. Recently added in movies. It's called Empire of Dreams. Oh, okay. It was released in 2004, but I just discovered it, so I thought it just came out. But I just watched it today, and it's if you can find it, it's really good.
You know me, I like Star Wars, but I'm not a huge Star Wars fan.
I love documentaries.
I do
I like
some
seeing how the donuts are
documentaries.
made. You know.
I mean, one of my favorite shows is How It's Made on Discovery Channel. One of my favorite shows.
Let's
Let's save that for closing right there.
That's really the last thing I have in my notes.
Let's switch over to mine.
Yeah, well, give us the news.
Mine is what we've already touched on. I saved this a couple days ago, so I gotta briefly read over it. Okay, I do remember what this is. This talks about the only actors that have played Freddy Krueger, Jason Voorhees, and Leatherface, and the one person all three of these people have in common. Do you know who that is?
I know that, and of course, we need to clarify. You're talking about stunt people too.
I'm talking about everybody who has actually played this person.
Because, like, for
these
example, in
characters
Halloween
on film.
1 in 1978 or 79, the first Halloween, there were 3 Michael Myers.
Yes.
There was that Castles guy that primarily did it, and then there was one guy that just did one scene, and then there was the guy that did the stunts.
Okay.
I do know, I don't remember his name, but there was one guy that did the opening paintball fight. In
Have you already
Friday
read this article?
No, I swear I haven't.
Dude, because you're literally, like, naming some of the stuff.
Well, I don't
that's
know I don't remember his name. I used to know his name, but he did the paintball scene in Friday 13th Part 6, and then got fired, and then he went on to play Michael Myers in Part 5. Am I close?
That part wasn't
But now the
mentioned.
Leatherface connection, that's the only one I know that did those two.
Okay, there's one person that is in common that has played all 3 of those characters on screen, and I'm surprised you didn't know this because it's your boy Kane Hodder. He has played stunts, been the stunt man on all 3.
You can't count Freddy Krueger because he just did his arm at the end of Part 9.
He did do his in it.
You can't count that
But-
as playing Freddy Krueger.
Okay, according to this, which is slashfilms.com, this whole article is about the one person who has played all 3 of these iconic horror characters, and he technically played him on screen with doing the
He played
Freddy hand
played
up
his
and
arm.
pulled the Jason mask in.
Yeah, I knew that was Kane Hodder, but I wouldn't count that.
And he also did
I mean, it's cool. Don't get me wrong.
he also did he was one of the stunt guys for Michael Myers.
Which one?
You're going to make me go back through this.
Yeah, because I didn't know he ever was tied to the Halloween stuff.
You're going to have
Of course, we know he played Jason more times than anybody, so that one's easy. And sometimes he was like, some movies he was like a consultant or a stunt coordinator.
He was on most of, and that's how he got the role on.
But if you're saying he played him on screen, then he had to have been doing stunts.
Yeah, he did this. I got to find it.
But yeah, there was one guy that's played Jason and Michael Myers. Let me pull his name up while you're looking for that. I'm just drawing a blank.
Is it Gunnar Hansen?
No, Gunnar
Or
Hansen
Nick
was
Castle?
no, Gunnar Hansen was the first Leatherface, and Nick Castles was the main guy that played Michael Myers in
Okay,
Part
well,
1.
those 2 names just popped up as I was scrolling because I'm trying to find the Halloween. And going through this, I didn't realize he was on House and House 2, the second story.
Dan Bradley. Now,
He's also got Jason's most signature kills. And he did Leatherface, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3 with R.A. Mahaloff. But Kane did the stunt double acting for him. And Kane Hodder was also the Leatherface in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre video game. And I keep scrolling over where he played.
I can't find...
Oh, I said Halloween. I'm sorry. It's Freddy Krueger, Jason Voorhees, and Leatherface.
I can't find which Halloween...
It's not Halloween. It's Leatherface, Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
No, we're talking about 2... I'm still looking for the Dan Bradley connection.
Oh,
You're talking about something else.
I'm sorry. I'm talking about this article.
I'm trying to see...
So Nick Castle was Michael Myers. Gunnar Hansen was Leatherface. And, of course, Robert Englund is Freddy Krueger.
Well, let me go to Dan Bradley's IMDb. See, with stunt coordinators don't get a whole lot of love, man,
No,
because
they
they don't
don't.
always get mentioned, which they should.
Oh, I agree.
He was in Spider-Man 2 and 3. He was in Jackass the movie as a stunt coordinator.
That I don't doubt. Same with Swordfish. Hell, everything that's on there is stunt coordinator.
So we're down into 86 now. If we're in 86, where is it's not see it? It's not showing him as Friday the 13th Part 6, but we all know he played the paintball scene. Like that's
Might not have been recognition on the actual movie. That's the only way you get mentioned on IMDb is if you're in the credits somewhere. Remember, Brother John
some
was
stuff
talking
says
about that.
it'll say your name and it'll say uncredited.
That might be a new stuff, and it might just not be updated.
That means your name wasn't in the credits, but you were in the movie.
Yeah. Dude.
Yeah, his IMDb is not showing him as being on Friday the 13th. I'd be pissed. Really, I was in that movie. Put it on my stuff.
So, yeah, that's how he is connected. He has played all three of the four most.
And wait, what did Kane Hodder? How did he play Michael Myers?
He was R.A. Mahaloff's stunt double on set.
Oh, that's right. He was. I remember. Hell, R. Mihailoff himself told me that.
Yes. Okay. And you remember in Pumpkinhead, him and R.A. Mahaloff and Leanne Quigley was all three in that movie.
Yes.
Yeah. So they were like, I'm assuming they were friends.
I knew he.
Because I know R.A. told us a story about Leanne Quigley. Offline, and we was talking about it. But yeah, that was a little horror trivia news for you. I thought you might find cool because I know how much you like Kane Hodder.
Yeah. Now I'm just pissed that I can't find anything about Dan Bradley being in any of the Halloween movies because I know.
Well, like I said, he was probably uncredited, so.
Yeah, that's what makes it hard to find stunt people. And they do a lot of work.
Apparently, he was in Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. Otherwise, it wouldn't have pulled up right there.
No. That's just because I typed in Halloween.
because Dan and his Daniel. All right.
Anyway.
All right. A little bit of, I guess we could call this, drink. I guess we could call this Whovian news, sort of. Billie Piper, which, of course, everybody knows, was one of the Doctor's companions. She played Rose for two Doctors.
Yes.
Christopher Eccleston and David Tennant. Is going to be in season 2 of Wednesday. The rumors are, which it hasn't been completely confirmed or denied, is she is going to be taking over for Gwendolyn Christie as the principal. So she's going to be the new headmistress principal.
That'd be cool.
Now, there's one other Whovian throwback, sort of. This lady has done some of the Doctor Who stories, the audiobooks, and like little one-shots they put out, where she actually played the 13th Doctor in it. But her name is Joanna Lumley, And she's also got a guest role on season 2, which I didn't know who she was. I actually had to look up her name because it didn't sound familiar to me. And I know there was no way she actually played the 13th Doctor.
While you're still on the Whovian stuff,
Let's do it.
I had a tab open, and I'm glad you said something about Doctor Who because I failed to mention that according to the Den of Geek, the Doctor is going to cross his own timeline once again, and the 15th Doctor, our current Doctor Who, is going to be playing 2 different versions of himself.
Oh, wow.
Which is interesting because he hasn't been the Doctor for very long.
This is his second year.
First season though he's played because the last Christmas special brought him in, which
Yeah.
all that stuff from last year was amazing. All the David Tennant stuff, and, and then into him, and
that
the show
that
the
Christmas
first show they did with
special
him.
was amazing.
But I haven't seen much since then. I need to catch up. But
I do too. I'm a couple episodes behind.
so I don't know if he's going to play himself in the present and himself in the future. I doubt it would be himself in the present and himself in the past because his past has only been. Well, I don't know. I haven't seen every episode. Maybe they've done some time jumps, but either way, there's going to be 2 Doctors, but they're both him.
And that kind of goes against Doctor Who
Breaking
lore.
the
Doctor can't cross his own path.
Yeah, but he has a couple of times.
Yeah, he has, but not.
You had Matt Smith and David Tennant at the same time at one point. You had the War Doctor interact with other doctors, and then you had you had all of them converge on that 50th anniversary thing.
Yeah, and I think that was kind of I'm not sure what that was.
It was a pretty epic moment.
I think that was Moffat breaking his own rules.
Oh, Moffat wrote this.
Yeah. Well, Moffat's king of breaking his own rules.
Yeah. And what other time? Oh, there was a Christmas special where Jesus, what's his name?
Which Doctor?
The eyebrows. The
Peter Capaldi?
Peter Capaldi. He interacted with the first Doctor in the Christmas special because they were both being stubborn and not wanting to regenerate. The guy from Game of Thrones played the first Doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they crossed their timelines then too. So there's only been there's only a handful of times. It's a rule they try not to break, but they have.
Well, because I remember David Tennant told, I don't remember if it was Rose or if it was Smith, that the TARDIS wouldn't let them go certain places because that meant another iteration of himself was there because he wasn't allowed to cross his own timeline. Now, after that, it has been kind of chaotic. Like you mentioned, this
is a show that's been going on since the 60s, so there's going to be inconsistencies, but they try to maintain the rule that he doesn't like to cross his own timeline.
Well, I think that's what the rule is now. He doesn't like to, not that he can't.
It's a bad idea. Let's put it that way. It's suffice to say. Check.
I'm glad you brought that up because I didn't. Like I said, I'm more than a few episodes behind right now with everything else I got going on. All right, and the last little bit of news I've got is Walking Dead news. So January 13th, all 6 episodes of The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Lived, will be available to stream on Netflix. And this has to do with the epic reunion of Rick Grimes and Michonne.
That's been out. Just not on Netflix, but I've seen that.
Oh, well, it's when it's going to be on Netflix.
Oh, okay. Well, it came out on AMC first, but they always wind up on Netflix after they've been out for a while. But
I
yeah,
didn't realize it was only 6 episodes though.
it's good. It's a good. It didn't get as much hype as I expected it to get, but I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it.
Well, that was kind of a letdown for Walking Dead news then.
Sorry, I I didn't realize you didn't know it was a.
No, I didn't. Cause I kind of quit watching it, Walking Dead. I don't know, the season before the end. It just, to me, it just kind of.
Yeah, The Walking Dead is plagued with too many spinoffs, but a lot of them are good. I mean, I've been watching the Daryl Carroll one, and it's good.
I hadn't watched.
I watched the one with Negan and Maggie. It was good.
The last one I remember us watching was all the college kids, university kids.
I never watched any of
the
that.
world after or something like that. is
Yeah,
what
I
it
haven't
was
seen any of
called.
that one.
Well, we watched the first 2 episodes here.
I didn't.
I don't know who was here with us. I don't
Not me.
remember. But yeah, that was like a year or 2 ago.
And Anthony watches
Fear of the Walking
Fear
Dead.
that was the first spinoff.
Yeah. Drink. So yeah, that's all for my entertainment news for.
Well, one thing we definitely need to end on, and we may have announced this last episode, but I don't think we did because
We did not.
I think we made this official, like literally the day after the last episode came out.
Yeah, you voxered us and told us. And
Yeah, I usually Voxer y'all and say, "Hey, the new episode's out," and I think the next Voxer was, "Hey, I've officially put our stuff in for TupeloCon 2025."
and we were accepted. That was the big news.
Well, I mean, everybody knows we're going to be a part of TupeloCon pretty much every year, but it's official that we are going to be in TupeloCon March 15th and 16th, 2025. And again this year, it's going to be $25 for a weekend pass. That's nuts.
I say this year, and we've talked about
That
this
is
every
not.
year.
That's the cheapest. Most cons are like $45, $50,
Yeah.
$65 for a 1-day pass. But this is $25 for the whole weekend.
I say we talk to El Capitan, see if he'll let us buy. Well, I know he'll let us, but we'll go ahead and buy a couple weekend passes, and we'll do drawings like we used to do.
Yeah, and again, that's what in the early days the drawings were a huge, no pun intended, draw
Yeah,
because Comic-Con tickets, TupeloCon tickets were higher as they matched what other cons, relative are around the same price. But now they're so inexpensive that people are just like, I'll just buy one.
that's true. But I mean, I still.
$25 for both days. That's
Me and Anthony talked last year. Of course, time crept up on us last year. We was going to buy a weekend pass and then just walk through the crowd and just hand it to somebody.
comparatively speaking, you can now take your whole family to TupeloCon. What you used to could just barely the same price you could go by yourself.
Well, you could take your whole family to TupeloCon rather than going to watch a movie.
Yeah, especially if you buy the $204 popcorn bucket.
Ooh. I'm still thinking about going to Knoxville.
I was wondering if we were going to reference we've referenced last episode a lot. That's the good thing about doing.
So close together.
Yeah,
I really want that Nosferatu
sarcophagus.
I've
been hearing good things about that movie.
I've heard what the actors have been saying. Bill Skarsgård has said it's his most impressive role to date that he thinks.
Wow.
The character wise and how it came out, which says a lot because to me, I thought he did a great Pennywise.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he wasn't no Tim, but I thought he did great. He may be not afraid of clowns anymore.
That was a good movie. Both of those It movies were good. Or was there 3?
Well, if you count the original, there's 3, but otherwise there's just 2. But you do have Return to Derry coming.
That's still not out?
No, I don't think so. I reported on it episode or 2 ago. So
How do you spell dairy?
Derry. 2025. It was delayed from Halloween to 2025 because of the Hollywood strikes.
Good Lord, we're still experiencing the backlash of those strikes.
Yep. We probably will be for
Okay,
another couple
so
of years.
this will be the 3rd installment of it.
Of that universe.
Or that, iteration. See,
Aha, nice. Do you remember the little miniseries that were coming out? You know, you had Castle Rock, and you had one other one. I can't remember.
Wasn't that
what it
Stephen
was.
King?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And it put all of his movies, we called it the Kingverse,
yeah.
because all of them happened like right around there in Maine, all like right around Derry. Salem's Lot was a part of it, and only one that wasn't a part of it was Pet Cemetery, as far as I can remember. But Shawshank Redemption was a part of it, and
I just rewatched that recently.
Shawshank?
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
holds up.
Does it?
Oh God, yeah.
Man, I hadn't seen it in a long time. But all of Stephen King's movies really hold up. I mean, Maximum Overdrive still holds up for it being an old 80s movie.
Hashtag Goblin Truck.
Somebody actually bought that front cap, and they've been touring around with it.
What if they connected that truck to the Transformers universe?
Oh,
And it's
wow.
actually a Decepticon.
I mean, I'd believe it. I could believe it. I mean, you had Coke machines spitting out cans, hitting people at the ball field.
Is this the part of the show where we go off the rails on a crazy train?
Well, I mean, we're still kind of on the rails. Oh, speaking of which, did you see that message I sent you about the I want to call it origination, but that's not the right word.
Origin?
Origin of the lyrics of Crazy Train?
No.
I sent it to your messenger. You need to check that out.
Okay.
So, yes, guys, we are 11 days from Christmas. Well, technically 10 days now, because it's almost 1 o'clock a.m.
It doesn't seem like Christmas is
Dude, it don't.
just over a week away.
It really
Matter of
don't.
fact, when I was setting up that weather station, you had to manually put in the date. And I couldn't figure out why it wasn't like working out with the day of the week. And it's because I put in November. And it's not November. I put in the right day, but not the right month. So the right day of the week wasn't popping up.
I mean, we've known
And
Christmas.
I was like,
is-
"What? Why? What am I missing?" I double checked the year. Like, yeah, it's 2024. I have gotten the year wrong before. Matter of fact, the first few months of 2025, it'll still be 2024 for me.
Yeah, I'll do that too.
But then I was like, "Oh, it's not November. It's December. It's 12, not 11."
Yeah, the weather around here is just not.
Oh, by the
Christmas
time
weather.
by the time Christmas gets here, it will be.
Yeah,
I've already looked at the forecast. The
I did
temperature's
too.
about to drop.
we're finna get a week's worth of rain, and then right after that,
Oh.
the entire time I'm going to be off, it's going to be in the 30s and 20s.
And an earthquake. And some drones.
Man, if drones come around here, they're screwed. Because you know it's hunting season. These guys are going to be unhappy they're not shooting deer.
I missed that buck because of that drone.
I might even get out there and just start pot shotting some drones. Mount them up on my wall as trophies. So, yes, we are 11 days from Christmas, folks. And I doubt we're going to put another one out before then.
I think we should do a Christmas special.
We could. I mean, I'll be here the 23rd.
Yeah, let's do a Christmas special.
Okay. And it's going to be nothing but holly jolly Christmas stuff.
Yep.
Not Hallmark, but
Bad Santa.
I can do that. I can do that. All right, folks, you heard it.
I just rewatched Bad Santa. Now I need to rewatch Bad Santa too.
I don't remember Bad Santa because I watched the Badder Santa version. There was 2 versions. You had Bad Santa and Badder Santa.
Really?
Yeah. One of them had a lot of deleted scenes and stuff. It was more rated R if possible.
Shit, I was supposed to say, the Bad Santa's pretty damn rated R.
Well, Badder Santa.
Rated like R, like a pirate.
Badder Santa was even worse.
Okay. Well, I want to thank everybody for sticking around with us.
It works. You already tested it out a while ago.
I know, but it's a little.
You done broke that one.
No, you just said it works, so make up your mind: is it broke or does it work?
I don't know. It wasn't cattle.
I'm just pointing out that it's not as aesthetically pleasing as it used to be. As we all are.
Yeah.
Less aesthetically pleasing.
Look,
than we
guys,
used to be.
y'all really need to check out our Patreon because Mark is going to break me buying new shameless promotion bills.
There's another one down there.
Because I buy these for the podcast. It's not, I mean, it's just one of the things we do, but this is number 4.
For our 300th episode, I want a gold-plated shameless promotion bill.
I can get you a gold-colored shameless promotion bill.
Oh, I didn't know there was a difference. When I say gold-plated, I mean paint would suffice.
Yeah.
Acrylic gold paint.
Coated wood. Yeah, I can do that. All right, we're starting to get silly.
Starting, at the beginning of the first episode we ever aired till now.
That's the reason people love us.
Thanks for listening to Real Pop Culture, episode 210. We've been broadcasting live from high atop the first and only floor of the Killj headquarters at the Killj Ranch. Listen to that resonation from a broken bell.
I was thinking the same thing, and it's still going.
Love you, bye.
Love you, mean it. And Merry Christmas.